Well, we're down to just 2 teams here at this year's Ford World Men's Curling Championship in the capital city of Saskatchewan, Regina, Saskatchewan. As it's been playing host all week long under beautiful sunny skies here this Sunday. The Legislative Building, provincial government, resides here in the Queen City of Saskatchewan. Downtown look before we head into the Brandt Center where play will begin. Of course, the Brandt Center being taken over all week long by the curling, as large crowds expected for this gold medal game. Canada taking on Scotland. Luke Coley joined with Richard Harding, and it'll be a fun atmosphere in here today.
It will, and I'm sure both teams are looking forward to this. Their third encounter of the week, and at the moment 2-0 for Canada. But the final is a different game, a new game. And we'll see how they both get started in this final game this afternoon. In front of a pretty packed house. Mostly red and white, it has to be said.
There's a little section that has some blue in it, along with the white, as a chance to meet the top 2 teams throughout round robin, Canada and Scotland.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce you to the 2 teams participating on Sheet C. Will you please welcome Team Scotland? With their lead, Michael Goodfellow. Their second, Scott Andrews. Their third, Greg Drummond. And their skip, celebrating his birthday today, Tom Brewster. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Team Canada. With their lead, Steve Gould.
Nathan, Ryder, love you guys. See you tomorrow, boys. Love you.
Their second, Reed Crothers. Their third, celebrating his birthday today, Jonathan Mead.
See you soon, baby.
And their skip, Jeff Stoughton.
Bring back home.
Well, the teams have been introduced and getting set for opening stone. Canada will have the hammer in this. Just one loss in round robin play is the usual handshakes between the members in this championship. Jeff Stoughton and his rank from the Charleswood Curling Club in Winnipeg, Manitoba, taking on Tom Brewster. And as you heard, a couple of birthdays out there, one on each side. Be a pretty good birthday present for either team, for either player, Tom Brewster and John Mead. So they will get the game to go. Scotland, Canada, and these 2 teams aren't strangers from this championship game. Very familiar, and look at how the teams got here. Canada defeated Scotland in the 1-2 game, a 5-2 win, while Scotland had to play Norway in that semifinal after Norway won the 3-4. Canada-Scotland in that gold medal, while Norway loses to Sweden in the bronze medal game. So that sets up our championship game. And Richard, what do you expect here to begin? Are we going to get right into it?
No, I don't think we are. Well, Canada will try, but and they have last stone advantage again. But I think Tom Brewster will try to keep this fairly clear for the first few ends till they feel their way into this game. They know that they're not the favourite. We have the rules of play, 73 minutes as usual. They have to play 8 ends this time, And it's the 4-rock rule. In other words, you can't hit until the lead players have finished. If you're going to remove the stones out of play, you can move them around within the playing area, but not out of play.
So Tom Brewster turns 37 today. John Meade turns 44. Happy birthday to both of them, as they will take on one another in this championship game. And the lead, Michael Goodfellow for Team Scotland out of Aberdeen, will get this game started.
And we just saw Tom saying to him, keep these guard stones really tight to the rings. That's what he was reminding Michael Goodfellow to do right from the off. Doesn't want long guards, especially in the first few end.
So we are underway in this championship game, and Canada-Scotland been very common in the championship for the last 6 years. It's been Canada-Scotland playing for the gold medal. One of these two nations has won it every year since 2005. Just a couple brushes over, sweeps it into the rings.
Yes, but that was not Michael Goodfellow's fault, if you want to apportion the blame. They swept it all the way. May not matter very much.
It's not a bad idea, actually. Half in. Now Canada was going to hit it because of the situation where that stone's half into the rings.
Good. Shot. Hard.
So nose hit leaves it a tight center line guard.
And the first time around when Canada met Scotland this week, they got a fairly early lead when Tom Brewster failed on a draw shot to give them a 3-0 advantage, and the game stayed around 3 points ahead for Canada all the way through. Unfortunately, it wasn't such a great game to watch because of that. But the second game was a bit tighter. And it came to much later in the game before a failed draw let Canada really take the advantage.
Hard. Squeeze it up hard.
So Brewster will be mindful of these two previous games.
Just a bit down for weight, that's all.
And his new coach from Sweden, Soren Gran, new national coach for the United Kingdom, for Great Britain. He will be giving good advice from his experiences years ago. Skip for Sweden.
Close.
75.
Close.
Be back 12.
Whoa.
Back 12.
Close.
Wait, feel good for this shot. Whoa.
Yep.
Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Stay with it.
Whoa.
Hard on the back one, boys.
I got the back.
We'll read. Go, 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 go. That's good. You're good.
That's all good. God, see.
Nice weight, sweet. No, that's pretty good, eh?
Good throw. Normal. Yep.
So forcing a straight run back, Scott Andrews made a key one in their semifinal win yesterday over Norway. Made a raised double in the first end, really got them off to a great start. Scott played 84 in that game yesterday.
Yep. Whoa, clean.
Straight back and perfect. Well played. 21-year-old second on this Scottish national championship team.
Heel. Okay. Nose is good. Read.
Read.
Whoa.
So a repeat stone here from
By the way.
Reid Carruthers requested. Big weight.
That's fine.
He will jam the Scottish counter on the front of the
Okay, I got it. No,
house.
me too.
So a chance here for Tom Brewster to
Nose
make
is good.
something out of the end. There's two corner guards on, which
305.
Couple different options. He can play the nose tap, or he can try and cross it, play the split. Looks like try and play the tap. And depending on the line, they can change it halfway down.
85. Waist back.
well, he really needs to cover the centre of the house to have any chance of a steal, because if he leaves the 4 foot available, then Jeff Stoughton will almost certainly be able to get a shot out of the end. So
Nothing on the shooter.
And looking at the split now behind the two guards.
Okay.
Pretty nicely
Good
done.
shot.
And very nicely played from Andrews.
Whatever you
He
like.
popped that red stone in behind the
Bump, guys.
yellow on the
Yeah,
left.
A little inside roll.
Fully in the white circle, the 8-foot circle. It could be a useful counter yet in this end. So Reed Carruthers
Good
playing a
weight,
controlled weight takeout on this
Yep.
stone on the right hand
Hard.
side.
Real hard! Hard, guys! Come on! Gotta go!
Having to sweep hard to get it past this guard. Oh,
Okay.
just failed to do
That's
that.
fine.
Well, it just rubbed it, and actually, see that one spin at the very end, spun
Good
back
weight.
out of the rings.
Good weight, Reed. Oh, it's close.
That one took a good spin backwards. It is Scotland lying 2. And right now, this
Top 8.
a force position if they can try and draw in to lie 3 and be a great start for them.
I think that is the shot, the draw round by Tom Brewster to the top of the 4-foot in front of the button.
Aye, 15 then for you. That looks lots.
So a third man for
That looks
Scotland,
lots.
Greg Drummond.
Well, T-high's good.
Allowed plenty of line here so as not to catch any way catch on this guard. Running fairly straight.
Nothing. Back 4. Yep. Get it by that one. Go, Mike. Go, Mike. Go, Mike. Go, Mike. Go, 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 go. Make it cut off hard. That's okay. It's okay there.
Well, it goes back 4 foot. They lie 3. I think if that one's in front of the tee line, Jeff plays the run back. Instead, he's going to play the freeze.
A little bit wide and a little bit heavy from Greg Drummond. He needed to come tight round that guard.
T-line.
Show Stoughton
Back
maybe
4.
half of the stone at the most.
Whoa.
But the way this is, it's on the
Line
wide
only,
side and heavy.
Jeff.
Allows
We're to it.
Canada just to
Little tap.
call the freeze.
So John Meade,
Oh, it's still there. Yep.
44 years to the date, was actually in this city where he was born.
Okay. All right, John.
And a little bit heavy, so we'll keep an eye on that. A quick spot.
95.
I had a 90.
And wasn't a member of the Jeff Stoughton team in '96 when they won the World Championship. Lost the final in '99.
And that final was lost to Scotland's Hammy McMillan.
Face up.
Yep.
Normal.
Hard. Sweep.
Sweeping to hold the line on this. They need to get the
Whoa.
Oh.
hit and roll.
Well, the little hit, the little flip, but not fully under cover. Actually, probably pretty much wide open for Stoughton, and he will be facing 4.
Same. Okay.
I think getting a little roll underneath is probably ideal now.
I certainly think that shot's possible. Just a little bit less weight and let the stone curl a bit more and catch the inside of the Scottish stone, and it will roll onto the back of the button if he manages to do that.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Wait only, guys. Whoa. Wait only. Line's good.
Back 4. We need to go for it. Oh, it's good for the top. It's good for the top.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Go, Stevie. Go, 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 go.
Well, nice shot from John Meade. Just flips inside, and not much of that will be visible to Tom Brewster. At the very most, maybe a quarter stone from sitting in the hack.
So just trying to close the scoring zone down on Jeff Stoughton. The out turn, put it right to the face.
Can't bounce it.
Yesterday after the game was glad he didn't have to throw a draw to the 4 foot to win that game, as the heart was beaten for Tom Brewster winning in an extra end against Norway's Thomas Ulsrud.
Top 4.
Whoa. Line only. Mike's only. Whoa. Whoa. Where are we? Whoa.
curled 76% in both their games against Canada, the round robin loss and the 1-2 loss.
Nothing. Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard, Mike, hard. Whoa.
Didn't bounce, but it was out a little bit wider.
Yeah, it ran straight. I thought I would have broke earlier.
The weight was new.
It was all right.
Well, if I throw it to sweepers, it maybe gets half a stone more.
A bit more curl.
Yeah. Right, even if you end up
It's a little scary, eh?
Yeah, a little bit.
What's that? Okay.
So we have three stones remaining here. 2 for Jeff Stoughton and 1 for Brewster. And Stoughton setting up the ice for his shot.
How hard, Jeff?
T-line.
T-line?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting to hear the front end talking about throwing hack at this and Jeff just throwing T-line.
Well, he just needs a little flop inside and he will almost certainly lie 2 stones guarded. Ready to pick up 2 in the first end here.
Back button, back 4. Back 4.
Well, it's certainly not much weight, so even if he disturbs
Still
the
just back 4, Johnny.
yellow stone in the house, it's
Curling
not,
now.
I don't think it's going to knock it out to any
got
great
it.
degree and
Still good enough.
lose it as a shot.
Go, Steve. Go, Steve. Go, Steve.
Great shot from Stoughton.
Oh, great shot, Jeff.
That is a peach,
beauty.
just a little chip and the little roll. And that one finished. That was the difference, sort of threw a little bit to the sweepers that Tom was talking about.
Yeah. Push that to there, because I tell you, there's no moving that, even if that looks there. How's he get 2? Or we...
Oh, the little roll important. He's able to get in there for a shot. Championship final.
Look at that, get rid of the 4.
And leave him then turn draw.
It's got to be
Shooter's always rolling to win it.
Our
She's
shooter's
got the
always,
same shot.
our
So
shooter's always rolling.
I think
It's got to be full 4.
that mean that if we can push that out. How much?
3/4. 3/4.
Peel.
Going that thin as possible.
Just needed reassurance of how much he could see.
Oh, aye.
Yeah. That's probably going to stick in here someplace.
That might lock on the back one right enough when you see it.
If we can get a bit of spin off it, you know, out to beat that one anyway, so that the red beats it.
Well,
What happens if we head outside of this? Pretty thin, isn't it?
That's pretty thin.
They're worried about the jam
So
back
you get
8
one
foot.
Yellow straight back.
Yeah, we could do that. That might be the easier shot. Awfully unlucky to lock it.
Yeah. Nose.
Yeah. The only thing is that's going to lock there, isn't it?
Yeah. Unless you're really thin on this one. A nose hit, you might come off the back of this.
Yeah, okay. You happy with this?
Well, if you're happy, I'm happy.
Thing is, if we lock that there, right? If we hit that, it might squirt through. He just got the draw to that, hasn't he? Nose hit.
Okay.
well, he better make contact with the yellow stones in the middle of the house and remove them, because there is a draw on the other handle through little gap at the moment, which won't be there for much longer for Stoughton to draw for 3 in this first end. So
They're worried about the playing the peel weight on the other one because of that stone back 8 foot, that it might jam and leave it in play. So figures this is the best way to cut it down.
if he gets it right on the nose, it should work for him.
Peel!
Yep. Oh, wow! Wow!
Not far away.
Yes! Hard!
Wants the nose.
Hard!
Spit them both out, get them all out. And Tom Brewster is here to play the raised double. Doesn't touch any of those red stones. And fired up on this one. Watch this. Yellow. Yellow, yellow. Right through, as they thought they lost it for a second, but
Well swept, guys.
So
that just sort of speaks for itself.
Brewster
Need it, Philly.
lies 5 at the moment. And Jeff Stoughton facing 5 in the first end to pick up his single point.
But it goes bigger. Remember, this side here is
A
probably
bit of
going to need an
concentration
extra
for him
fifth.
here.
That's all.
Straight draw right now. Yep. Hard line.
Certainly not heavy with this one.
We need the back now. Whoa, 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 we need the back. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, not a good thing that they need the backing.
Clean it. Shot, Jeff.
Pretty well in place for 1. 1 point for Stoughton and Canada.
Perfect start for Scotland. Tom Brewster makes a key shot to get their crowd, his fans going. 1-0 Canada leads after a single end.
Yeah, we're like decent after this shot.
Alrighty, folks, we're in section number 110 right now. Here we'll have a chance to talk to. Well, let's talk to all of you. Stand up here for a second, guys. All the black shirts there. There you go. How you doing? Good? How's it going? Okay, you're representing the team. Canada, of course. And you're representing that team. You're representing this team. This team. Okay, good for you. And tell me everybody's name on your team. Bird, Anthony Posh, Marianne Cole, Siggy Johnson, Shirley Dickey, and Ted Lee. Okay, good. Nice outfits, by the way. It's very good. And you stuff on your backs, too, right? Okay, some things have to be all that. Okay, so here's a question for you. Because I got some great prizes coming in from Bennett Dunlop Ford and John Deere. Okay, so this is what's coming on in. Lots of stuff here. Are you a curling fan? Yeah. Okay, good. I just wondering why you're dressing up like that, but that's a good question. Okay, right. All right, here we go. How many world championships did Ernie Richardson win? Was it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? How many? Okay, hang on. You got to be in consensus here. You have to have a consensus. Talk amongst yourselves. Go ahead. How you doing? How's life? What, do you have to go to the bathroom, sir? You open your hand up in the air. Okay, no, sir. What was that, sir? 4. What a 4? How? Is he right? 4. He's right. So here we go. We got some oil changes because first they say you probably need your oil change. And we have some hats. All these hats are from John Deere. So hand them out to your friends. Hand them out to the people in your section. Thank you very kindly for coming out and supporting the game.
Well, Team Switzerland watching on, and Team China below them, as all the teams will probably be around throughout this championship game, Canada and Scotland. We didn't think it would be quite as many stones in play as that first end had, but Tom Brewster comes out, makes an absolute pistol with his last stone, and really almost the game on the line. If he mishits that one, gives up a couple, then he's really down like the round robin game.
Yes, he certainly had to make something there that would prevent a possible give up of 3.
Okay.
This stone just crawling into the house.
Okay. Yeah, 20. Room.
So
No, line's fine.
corner guard for Michael Goodfellow
Scott.
in the second end called for.
Yep. That's good.
Good shot.
Good, Michael.
Good, mate.
Corner guard goes out, which wasn't the way that they played in the previous one. That stone in, they would have hit. Here they elect to put up the corner. That stone top 12 foot off the center line. Probably the reasoning they don't go after it.
Room right now. Line's good. Looks heavy. Pretty good.
Weight's good, Jeff.
Line's fine. Getting better. Yep.
Still hot.
Yep. Yep.
A little heavy.
Whoa. Shot, Steve.
So Steve Gould drawing behind, just finishing behind the tee line.
That's cool and hard.
That's what I thought your first one would do.
And I think we'll see Scotland hit.
Okay.
Try and utilize that corner guard is now their game plan.
Out here.
Weight's good.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Clean. Yep. Clean.
Okay.
That's fine. Good, Mike.
Not the way they
Nice
were
weight.
necessarily wanting to play that initially, but goes the other way, gets rid of that one.
It's nice weight, Reed.
Shot stone still for Canada. Reed had that rub of the guard in the first end.
It's real good. Little
Hopes to
down
get maybe
fitting.
some of
Yep,
the rookie
Hard.
jitters out of the way in this World Championship final. His first trip to the world
Whoa.
stage.
Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Good.
Shot, Reed. Good weight, Reed.
So the hit and stick from Reed Carruthers.
Just talk. Yep. Good hot weight.
So with that one in the 12-foot, hitting the shot stone in the 4-foot. Make a little roll, try and move things around, try and
Weight's good.
get over
me
to the
shot.
corner guard if they can.
Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Problem with the roll on this one is that the one they're hitting is just behind the tee line, so they will find their shooter will stick behind the tee line as well, which it does. Doesn't get the roll.
Nice weight.
Yeah, right on, Reed. Nice.
Yep.
A little more, maybe, Reed? It's the same.
Whoa. Whoa.
So the second stone from Reed Carruthers.
Whoa. Shot, Reed. Good weight.
So again, just that quiet hit weight. Tom Brewster yesterday after winning that semifinal was
Same throw. Good shooting.
emotional, which he is. You could see it was a big win for him. He knew it was a big victory to get to this stage. And he even said, Jeff's a huge favorite. We're just going in as an underdog.
Yep.
But we're going to go try and win that game and knock off the top team throughout round robin.
Hard. Really hard. He's good. Hard. Clean. Yep. Hard. Clean. Whoa.
So the hit and roll being gone for here.
Whoa, whoa. Hard. Great sweeping. Swept.
Very nice. In to the side, trying to force Jeff into that straight back.
Favouring the freeze, though, on the corner of that stone.
Line's good. Wait only. Wait only. We got room. Room.
You're inside here, Reed? Yep. Back. No, it's
Pass
close.
today.
Stay with it, Reed. I'm with it.
Yep.
Line only, Jeff. Only for line.
Just want to put it on the corner, no bounce.
Good shot.
Well, a great shot there. Perfect control of the weight.
Shot, Johnny.
From John Mead.
Shot, John.
He can throw the hard ones, and he can also throw the gentle draw shots to the right position. So Greg Drummond, it is third man for Tom Brewster's team.
Wow, looks lots.
New third for Tom this season.
Yep. Hard.
Gotta
Really
go.
hard. Hard. Hard, guys. Hard.
Gotta go.
Sweep this
Let it go hard.
hard to stop it. Going on to the
Really hard.
short guard, and I think they have caught it.
I want to see if they can roll it in, out count that one at least.
That's
But
fine.
it's in front.
The inside? I thought it was okay. I thought it was back of head. Suit that. It's a double there now. Okay.
The double that Steve Gould just mentioned is the two yellows that they can get rid of them. So that's why Jeff's going to get rid of a Scottish counter. Steve's brother and Team Canada coach, Norm Gould.
Off.
Okay. I got it, Tommy.
Watches on as they peel that one off.
Thanks, buddy. That's fine, John. Real straight there. That's straight in.
Okay.
Just passing on information again. Stoughton not playing since Friday night. They did come out and practice yesterday, earlier today. Greg Drummond will look to make this double takeout.
Well, Drummond has played pretty well,
All the way. Hard.
especially on these
Real
shots.
hard. Hard. Really hard. Hard. Please.
Well, get one. The second goes right over the top. Shooter sits in a good position. And
Good throw, Greg.
it's a double where if Jeff's going to make it, he's going to roll out of the rings.
Good throw, Greg. That's your best outturn like that. What's that? In the last 4 games. Sorry, that's your best outturn on that side in 4 games.
So it sounds like young Mr. Drummond has his eye in here.
And
Shoot them right at Tom's brush.
it's an interesting comment.
Assuming the brush is in the right place.
It's an interesting comment from Tom because it's you may think, well, that's the best outturn you've thrown in the last 4 games. It's just get him going. You're throwing the rock well and just adding that confidence that he's not thinking as much about just go out and throw like he has been. He's going to be all right.
Yep. Whoa.
So, the
So
double.
Shot.
double sticks around. Now does Tom Brewster try and hit and roll behind that corner or try and roll it away with his first?
Well, I think he might be happy to roll it away, because if he doesn't get it perfectly around the corner and allows some kind of freeze, so then he might be facing.
Ron Brewster, coach for this Scottish team.
Claudia. Close. Oh. Yep.
I think Tom will want to keep this
Feel
open.
hard, guys. Hard. All the way. Clean.
Whoa.
Clean.
Whoa. Anything.
So little flop away.
A little less, John. Just make sure. Yeah. Okay. Nice work.
All right.
So Jeff Stoughton's last stone here in the second end, facing one Scottish counter.
Yep. Clean. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Good.
So it looks like a blank setup here in the attempt for Tom Brewster with his final stone.
Hot spots, eh?
It was something we heard from Jeff a little bit earlier, hot spots.
That okay?
Yep. Lit. Edge.
Yep.
Yep. Real hard, guys.
Holding this one
Clean.
to catch the high side of the stone and roll out.
And he'll hit, roll out, and that will set up a blank second end. Keeps the score still. Canada 1, Scotland 0 after 2 ends of play.
Length was perfect. Just, you keep
Well, the Canadian flag's out in full force as they are back and forth. But right now, a 1-0 game, Scotland with the hammer in this third end of play. The third time the Worlds have been staged here in Regina. In 1973, it was won by Sweden and Kjell Oskarius. And in 1983, it was Ed Wernick winning for Team Canada. Let's see if we have another Canadian winner or the first time in Regina. Scotland will win their last World Championship just a couple years ago when David Murdoch won in 2009.
No set, mate.
Wait.
So half in and a chance here to play the hit early on in this third end from Michael Goodfellow.
Yep.
Waist down. Hard.
Gotta go. Hard for peace.
That's a gentle weight from Goodfellow.
You're getting on.
I think it's
It's not quite barrier.
missing.
They'll miss by a fair bit.
Well, I wonder what it feels like when everyone makes all the shots and then suddenly you miss one and you're the lead in the team. And then everyone goes, ooh. It's a lonely place out there, I think.
It is. There's no place to hide.
No.
Yeah, guys.
Couple feet out, guys. Right
I'd probably try and go hide behind this man,
Line's
Steve
good.
Gould. He's pretty big.
Weight's good. Get it there.
Michael Goodfellow was fifth among leads, 86% through round robin, while Stevie Gould at 92 was second among the lead throws.
Sit.
So, poor shot from
Shot, Steve.
Michael Goodfellow.
Good rushing, guys.
And whatever is now selected, he certainly has to make it to recover from the last shot.
Stop it.
Pressure's on, as they say.
As they can see what they're playing for out on the ice, the medals, the trophies. Here, the Ford World Men's Curling Championship gold medal game.
Light early.
Room. T-line. Room. T-line. Whoa. Here it comes.
So just looking for the draw behind on the in turn here.
Just wait. Real
It'll
good
be a
leg.
long
Whoa.
wait, and they'll probably have to finish this at the end.
Let it cuddle. Let it cuddle. Yep. Hard.
Well, it's certainly curling now.
Hard, 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 hard. Oh.
He gets in behind.
It's a great touch. That really was well out there at the hog line and swung right underneath.
Good weight from Goodfellow. Perfect weight, really, just the top of the 4-foot circle. Showing about a half stone to
Line's
the
good.
Canadians. So
Wait only.
Reed Carruthers will follow it in.
Weight's real good, Jeff.
Got
All
got
room.
got a curl. It's getting there. Yep. Whoa.
Low, weight
Yep.
a little heavy.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Small tap.
Yep, for line.
Come on, Johnny, hold on.
Hard. Weight's great.
Hold on.
Hard, 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 hard. Good shot.
Beauty, Reed. Shot, Reed.
Very nice right back by the Canadian side. Right on top, and there's your bronze medalists, Team Sweden, winning earlier today, defeating Norway. And they played Norway for the third time, and it took the medal game for them to win their first against the Norwegian side. Same scenario here in this championship game. Scotland and Canada have played twice previous, both wins going the way of Team Canada.
Whoa! Whoa, back line! Whoa,
Top
3.
8. Top 4, top 8.
Whoa! Whoa!
Top 4.
Whoa!
To be careful here not to set up the double well.
Okay.
That could be just what he's done, fortunately.
Half's pretty good.
Just
Reed.
that extra bit
For
of
him.
weight added.
Yep,
Half, 2/3.
definitely a chance to pick both the red stones out of there.
Heel.
So big weight from
Yep,
Carruthers.
Yep. Real hard. Real hard. Real hard.
Could be inside the line with this, sweeping furiously.
Whoa, whoa.
Not far away. Oh, he did miss it.
Just, I think, narrow out of his hand as they were on it right away.
Okay, 305.
051.
There's 3, is it?
Scotland sitting quite nicely in first position here. There is a straight raise onto it.
5. 3. Top 8. Top 8. Top 8.
Off. Off. No bounce whatsoever.
Yeah, it's bouncing.
Oh. It's bigger than 3, guys. Let's get on top of the calls here. Eh?
I said top 8.
Well, the cheers you overheard in the background was for that bronze medalist team. They're going to find some seats and
A 1 was good.
watch this game, see who will be at the top of the podium when they get on the third place side of it later on after this game.
Nice weight.
So a little chance for a
Yep.
double raise on this shot.
Whoa. Yep.
If they make this, Canada will lie a bundle.
Whoa.
Not far away. 1-2. There it goes.
And that's good to sit 3 for Team Canada.
Too thick. Wait.
Oh, great angle on that shot. Punched the other Yellowstone across, which took the Scottish counter off the top of the 4-foot circle and left Canada lying 3.
Whoa.
The raise now from Greg
Yeah.
Drummond being attempted.
Whoa. Whoa. Missed it. Okay. Okay.
They're hoping maybe their shooter could catch that side one as a possibility. But that one goes over the top. They do get rid of 1 and sit second. Shot Stone.
Okay.
But it is guarded by the Canadian Stone, halfway from the hog line to the house.
For weight?
Where is he?
He's half 8. Yeah, half 8.
Top 12?
Yeah, full 12.
Should we get out here?
Yeah. I think so.
Real good weight, Johnny. That's real.
Line's good. What do you got?
Top 8.
It's got to stop.
Whoa. It's trying hard.
Whoa. Line's not bad.
Small click.
No, don't.
Get by it. Get by it.
Get in there.
Good.
Well, seeing if the Rock's going to listen to him today, and that one gets a little click off it, not much.
Oh, and it's not quite what
Hey,
you
what you
wanted,
see,
because
you'll be
if Scotland can catch half of that stone, they'll remove both the yellows, and they should, or 2/3 of the stone, and they should lie themselves.
Well, you need to throw a bit of weight.
Control the weight.
Just less than all of it.
Well, you don't need all.
Okay, what do we need? Half. Thick half.
Thick half.
Right. Do you want to throw control or something?
Yep. You like that?
Yeah.
Easy. Yep. Oh. Yes! Really hard. Whoa! Whoa! Yes!
Needs a big one out of his third man.
Go!
Make the double, make the triple, sit in the rings. And it will just hang around. See the small pocket of Scottish fans cheering them on, the family and friends that have made the trek to Regina. Look at this one. Greg Drummond, the double, rolls over and is able to just nibble the 12-foot.
Greg Drummond, a small pocket rocket. That's what I think he is today.
Oh, we got a new one already.
3 out for the second. Well, how many did he take out the last time? Several. And this time 3, so he's in top form.
Do that, right?
Well, I could play nice weight and roll to here.
Yeah.
Hit half a rock, right?
Just 22
Yeah.
years of age.
Whatever you like, Jeff. If you
That
like
was
the
a
breeze, that's
fantastic
fine.
result for him.
Yeah, he's just going to go open side.
Playing like a veteran early in this championship final.
We'll go
And
around.
2 or 3 stones ago, Scotland were playing lying 4 against. It just shows how quickly it can all turn round, Luke.
Just a little off by John Meade, and then Greg Drummond comes up with a great one. Forces Jeff in. He's now in a tough spot. Because of where that Yellowstone stays, he can't really try and hit roll the center.
Scott was doing it, he was gone.
He's almost got
He
to
needs
try and
to
hook
do that.
around everything.
Yeah. No way they were getting that. So just, get the slope now.
So Skip Stones here in the third end. Canada leading Scotland 1-0. The first of Jeff Stoughton's Stones here.
Mine's not bad. Room. Lots of room, guys. Room right now, guys. Tons of room. Can't bounce it. Where are you? Yep. Not past it. Come on. Go
Now
now,
looking
go.
to draw
Come on,
past
over
the
up.
Scottish
Gotta
Stone.
go, gotta curl it.
Closer to the
Come on,
forefoot.
guys. Go, 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 go. Gotta curl, gotta curl, gotta curl.
Well, a great weight, but it just held out there a little bit and is certainly visible for Tom Brewster to hit and roll his shooter off to the wing somewhere. That would leave him lying 3 and put some significant pressure on Stoughton. Scotland have the last stone here. Possibility of a decent end for them.
Tom's able to hit and roll away. I think Jeff's going to be forced to try and play the hit and roll. He can't play a draw.
In case he sets up another hit and loss of 4 shots in the third end, which would certainly be a colossal event in this game.
Get it right out into the blue if we can.
That basically being so that there's no hit and roll to the forefoot. And even if there is the roll made, it'd be deep in the house and probably a tap option.
Goose up a wee bit. Yep.
So plenty of weight, looking to hit about half stone here and roll right out to the wing, as Tom Brewster said.
Whoa! Off!
And he will roll too far.
Bigger weight than I thought he'd throw at that.
Sorry, guys.
Just a wee bit up.
That's what I wanted to throw, same as him. When I mean barrier, I mean that's my barrier.
So that's
I thought
Tom's
I'd do one
barrier,
at the
but
end.
other people have different barriers.
I thought it would have pulled.
You have to understand this, Luke.
They're saying
I'm trying to understand that one.
That barrier is actually nowhere near the barrier, as you noticed. It's a little bit heavier than full barrier there.
I think Jeff is just going to peel this out, concede the 2, not go after it, especially with the broom on this side, playing the intern.
Well, I think he's perhaps going to try and play the hit and roll right in behind.
Yep.
If he can get it.
Yep. Clean. Good. Good shot, Jeff.
Well, away it goes, and open house for 2.
Okay, guys.
In terms of degree of difficulty, this one is a gift from Canada to Scotland.
And he never got this opportunity throughout their 1-2 game generating from their shot making. It was one miss by John Meade that ticked one in. Canada sort of dictated play in that.
So I think this will be Tom Brewster's birthday present. He's not going to get any more after this, I don't think.
A draw for 2 here, and this will be the first time Scotland will have led against Canada in their 3 matchups.
Okay.
Line.
Take a look. Whoa. Take a look.
Line's good.
Stay on it. Take a look. Whoa.
Clean in.
Just clean. Stay with that.
Well, he'll want to put this one right on the lid as well, just for confidence, just to get right down to the forefoot, right to the tee line. It's a deuce for Scotland, and they have the lead as Tom's wife Kim watches on to a 2-1 Scotland lead after 3.
Lightning quick down there. It's quick, eh? Whoa, I was on 7. Good.
How you doing? You have your tickets? Are your tickets? Good. All right. Let's talk to this gentleman right here. Sir, stand yourself up there, big guy. Here we go. This is a question. Now, I got to tell you, my friend, you got a great kid that's going to interview. What's your name, sir? Gary. Where you from, Gary? Moose Jaw. Saskatchewan. How you doing, buddy? Good. What do you do at Moose Jaw? Wow, you're a sponsor. That's good. That's good. How are you enjoying your sponsorship of this wonderful event? Great place, great facility, great crowd, great people. Great. Okay, here's a question. This should be easy for you, Bruce John. Name the mascot of the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Is it A, Debo the Gopher? Is it B, Gator the Gopher? Or is it C, Spike the Gopher? What is it? Gator the Gopher. Gator the Gopher, is he right? He's right. And you win a year's supply of toilet paper. There you go. Yeah, I know it's only one roll, but use it sparingly. Use both sides. Well, actually, we got is actually coming in from McPherson, Leslie, and Tyreman. We actually have for you an e-book reader. It's a Kindle. It's actually very cool little gift brought to the great law firm. So thank you very much and enjoy the game. Thanks, brother. Nicely done.
Well, the birthday celebration to begin with. See some birthday cake out there. Team Germany, who just missed the playoffs.
Line's good.
Must be another birthday out there because didn't see Tom or John over there. 2-1 the score.
Line's good.
No, they're busy at the moment.
Whoa. Whoa. Easy. Easy. Yeah, no, hard.
So
Hard. Clean.
into the top of the 8 foot
Nice way, Michael.
from Michael Goodfellow. And a sign already that Tom Brewster's prepared to play quite a defensive game. At this stage, lead Steve Gould for Canada on 96%. They played 6 shots though.
Keep going, yep. Hard, Johnny, keep going.
Plenty more to go for him.
Good shot, Steve. Beauty. Good job, guys. That's the curl. That's the curl. He gave me a fair amount of advice. Yeah.
And Tom's playing a bit more of an aggressive, I wouldn't say an all-out aggressive game, but he's picking his spots so far in this one, obviously through 3 ends, 1 blank, a force, and a deuce. In good position.
Ooh, that looks lots, guys.
Lower numbers for Mr. Goodfellow. The flash in the last end didn't help his numbers at 71%.
Hard. Lean hard. Go, Greg. Go. Hard. Go, Greg. Go. Every inch counts. Hard. Good throw.
Oh, great sweeping from Greg Drummond and Scott Andrews.
An important stone now for Steve. Put this, the out-turn freeze.
Heavy? No room. It's close. How much? Room? Oh, it's got tons of room. Stay with it. Whoa, if you can. Johnny, stay with it. Oh, it's got so heavy.
Pretty close to catching this guard. Nope,
They won't get by.
That's fine. Okay, Steve. Bullet, eh? A little bit. Hey, Steve.
And Steve frustrated with himself there. It's a little broom throw, normally a little bit more jovial.
Top 4.
It's the big fella at the front end of the Canadian lineup.
Yeah, 3-1. It's in about there.
So Scott Andrews also on
6.
71%.
Stop it. Just wait. Big line.
Needs to go back. Good.
Yep. Oh, Greg. Top 4.
Finish it.
So they need to come around this guard and see if they can get right into the 4-foot circle. It will draw at the end.
Hard.
Okay.
And it did. So Scotland line 2 in the 4-foot, or in the 4-foot and the 8-foot circles. And Reed Carruthers called on to reduce that number.
Yep. hard, guys. Really hard.
So straight raise. Take out requested here.
It's fine.
Picks the one off the button, but the other one remains.
Same?
Same.
Yeah, same weight.
So the line all important here for Scott Andrews in his second stone.
Yep.
We saw the last time the Canadians threw down here. It was either wide away by
Here we come.
Gould,
Wheel there.
or else the line was a little straighter than they expected. This one looks a good line. He's going to be through between the guards. It's to curl and stop though in front of the tee line, and it will be a little bit heavy right to the back of the, into the back 8-foot circle. Well, good line, but allows Stoughton backing if he wants to come around these.
Yeah, as opposed to playing the run back, if that's in a good spot, you're forcing Jeff to play the run back on those two. Now it's just to get that top one off, and then you still have the rock to freeze to later on.
If you really get
He's got it. Good.
Will goes nose and jams and leaves that one back 4 foot.
Jesus. That's good, Reed. Do we need to sweep it more? Reed? Curl more.
1, 2, 3, and they all stay apart from the one at the back. But all the short stones are now Canadian when it comes to tapping them up or using them to raise onto the Scottish stone in the house. Right now, Scotland lie one at the back of the 4 foot.
Just wait. Top 8. Right off. Top 4. Right off.
Chance here to draw for a second shot.
Yep.
Very important line here
Boys, feel nice.
for Greg Drummond.
Whoa. Whoa. Yep.
Through this little port between these two stones, he's certainly got a good-looking weight here if he can pass. Well, that one drew.
That one, it's really finishing hard. It's, from about halfway hog line to the rings in, it is just diving towards the center line.
Well, it's still not bad there. But there's a definite chance of a raised double here from Jonathan Mead. 82% till now.
Well, we'll tick that one up, actually at 92%. So he runs that one back over the top. That red Scotland stone, still shot stone, back 4 foot.
Yep. Greg, even if you're here, you're okay.
Well, the narrow gap in front of the house where Brewster has had the last two stones drawing through is slightly narrower than it was. So, more chance of catching one of these two guards. Doesn't want to do. Greg Drummond.
T-line. Go off. T-line. Off. Nothing. Yep. Mike's. Nothing.
The second
no,
shot
yep.
here in the fourth end.
Hard. Whoa. Whoa.
Here's Mike. Here's Mike.
Whoa. Mike's. All Mike's.
There's a good looking
Yep.
line here.
Freeze. You want.
Right onto the 4 foot. That's a beautiful shot from Drummond. Right round onto the top of the 1 foot. That little white circle in the middle.
I don't know if it picked it, it took a short turn.
Well, you knew Tom Brewster would be ready for this one, playing in a big crowd. Probably getting to this point, he knows he's got a medal now. Either way, go out and play for it. Don't have to worry about if you lose this one, you're not guaranteed a medal. See the run back, and we'll pick out their own things going the way of Scotland right now.
Well, that certainly wasn't what was called for, and a few misses at this end for Canada. Little chance here for Brewster to put some serious pressure on Jeff Stoughton. He leads 2-1.
That's a bit of an understatement from John Mead. That it's not very good. It's
What's that?
downright ugly if Tom Brewster can put a good guard on.
Really.
Inside the yellow's good.
So where's the key spot to land this guard, Luke? Where do you think it should finish?
You know what? You can basically use the other one, close up the hole. If you're close to the center line, but not to it, so you can cover a little bit, take away the out-turn draw, and I think a little bit higher than that yellow's forced Jeff to have to play the either a run back or a double peel to try and open it up.
And how far out from the house would you?
Oh, probably about halfway is sort of where I would think.
Leave it late.
There is the danger of the raise on a Canadian stone.
Yep, go. Whoa! Yeah, no hard! Whoa, you're good. Whoa!
It's a good shot there, I think.
Always on the legs, eh?
Still the run back or the raise is there to perhaps remove all 3 Scottish stones, but it's a big shot.
I thought he'd put this one higher because he knows Jeff's going to run it. It is a nice thing that he's, for Scotland, that Jeff's running the red stone in, not a yellow. But I think he can get all of them right now with where this one sits.
Yep.
Yeah, a little
I think
less.
that's absolutely right.
Jeff, can you roll it in?
No, well, no.
Perhaps a bit, as you say, a little bit further than the ideal spot. That
Just across on Reed's
guard
side.
attempt from Tom Brewster. It is guarding, but it's just touching the house. And as Luke Coley pointed out, all 3 red stones could go with this if the angles are just caught properly. Has to be said, they've been a little bit off on these shots so far in this game, Canada.
And a few nerves from Jeff Stoughton's wife, Haley Weiss, watching on. She was in the center there. Jeff trying to get them all. Get one, the second, the third, and we'll just get 2. But the one that they leave is the one behind the tee line, so a good result.
Good enough? Yeah, real good.
Well, look here as they were on off.
Real good.
Moves the stone from off the button to run the 2 of them out, and
It's back to that.
Scotland will remain with 1 counter on the back of the 4-foot circle. And Brewster calling to draw around the front guard of Canada's, but I think I would be tempted to maybe guard this and get Stoughton to
Same way.
try and draw around the other side.
Got to be into, guys.
He would need to draw really perfectly to cover a full piece of the 4-foot circle. However, that's not the nomination.
Sort of a half guard, half draw into the top of the rings, like same weight as the last one, but guard up the stone back 4.
Off, tee, off. Let it cuddle.
This looks as if it has plenty of weight.
Off,
Needs to curl around this guard.
off. Yep. Hard. Go, Mike. Whoa.
Whoa. Not too deep.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Whoa.
Okay.
It's good there.
That is a really good spot where it goes because it
Needed all its time, that one.
I know.
makes it tough to
Just the weight, mate.
draw for the one.
Yeah, true.
Pretty close, eh?
Okay.
Just nice weight then?
Sure.
If they play it quiet, try and just get by the
that
guard.
there,
Might not have curled enough. You can get to the nose and clip it for the double for 1.
I think that's right. He needed to curl that another inch or 2 so that he showed Canada a bit less of it.
You get it anyways, right?
But certainly going to be forced to take a single point here, Jeff Stoughton.
I can't flirt with that guard because you flirt with it, then
You're losing 2. And if you play a little bit wide and run the first Scottish stone out and roll your shooter yourself, you're losing 1. So this has to be very accurately played from Jeff Stoughton. You could hear for call for some feverish sweeping here.
Nice weight.
Close.
Jeff would love to give the crowd something to cheer about. 4th end.
Gotta go. Hard. Really gotta go.
Does the guard come into play? Got to get it past the front. Get it by. Make the double. Spill it far enough. And he won't. It's going to be, it looks as though a steal. And it is, so a steal goes the way of Scotland. And they increase their lead to 3-1 as Scotland controlling play after 4.
Here, Reed.
Well, Team France, a couple members of their teams, they lost a tiebreaker and missed out on the playoff scenario. The 3-4, losing to Norway. Here inside the Brand Center, Luke Coley with Richard Harding and the Ford World Men's Curling Championship. We're saying in the break there that Canada was, they're not the relaxed, the joking Canada team that went through round robin 10-1 so far.
No, it doesn't look like it. And they're also, all of them have made one or two little errors. Not quite on song like they have been all week long.
Touchdown.
And I think Tom Brewster and his team will be a little more relaxed with a 3-1 advantage at this stage, but there's a long way to go.
Halfway.
Heads up, boys.
6 more ends to try and protect this lead.
Halfway, guys. Shot. Okay, Steve.
So the
Shot.
corner guard.
No, Steve. Okay, same throw.
You know where I think it set the tone of the game was that last shot, first end for Tom Brewster. Because giving up 3 in the first, it's very tough to come back from. He makes a spectacular raise double and forces Jeff to draw for 1 against a handful. Jeff makes it, but he gets a force in the first end to play.
Hard. 3, 4. Moving all the time. Hard. Never off the line. Never off. Slow. Well swept.
And it has to be said, this is the first international outing for this team from Scotland. So by any standards, they are highly inexperienced in this type of arena. Stoughton and his men have been around a long time. He's been to 2 World Championships before.
It has been a while since he's been there.
It has.
96 and 99, both also against Scotland in the finals.
And this season he played a fantastic Brier in Canada. Canadian Championship victory there was spectacular by any standards, beating some of the top teams on the way. But This
You want to try and run
type
back?
of environment doesn't just test your curling
Right.
skills, it tests you mentally. And we can see some mental stresses and strains going on here, looking at the faces.
Yes! Clean! Good throw, Phil. Good.
Interesting decision. They talked about the run back. They decide, well, let's peel it, force Jeff to make that. Definitely trying to put the ball in Jeff's court, per se, to force him to make those shots. And now that they have a lead, it's a different type of game than the ones that they played throughout round robin, where they lost 5-2 in the 1-2 game, 7-3 in round robin, but got behind and never had a lead in either one.
06.
Wait's real good.
Oh,
It's tight.
you think he's tighter than me?
Yeah.
Where you at?
Tight.
A little tighter. Come on, Reed, pull the string, buddy. It's gotta stop. It's gotta stop curling.
Sit. Sit. Shot. Attaboy, Reed.
Okay, Reed, good.
Well, does that all on his own. They were just trying to coerce that one to stop. Well, trying to run this one straight back over the top, and there it is. Run back made. Scott Andrews has become a run back machine in these last couple games. Made one that set the tone in their game against Norway yesterday, and now has made a couple in this game. So nothing in the rings for Canada, facing two, and Reed Carruthers will try and get something set up for Team Canada with the hammer.
Come on, guys.
Wait's gone.
Whoa.
So far, not making much of it in this end, but
Little pass to you.
it only takes one shot to be
No.
exceptionally well played,
Sorry,
like
sorry.
that one, and the game could change quite quickly. A very nice draw from Reed Carruthers.
Play, Reader.
And Canada wants to get Scotland into a draw game. They know that they're solid on hitting, and Tom's numbers have been about 10% difference, 74% through round robin on draws, 84 for his hits. So when looking at a scouting report, you want to try and get the Scotland team drawing as much as possible.
No, it's
It's right out there.
oh, never for weight.
Right
Back
off.
8. Back 12.
Nothing.
So this one a little bit fast and a little bit heavy. Not going to come all the way around. Greg Drummond just feeling with that one and drawing to the back 12-foot circle. So big chance for Canada to lie a
finish. I know.
second stone.
How about we freeze the back one?
Well, looking at where to play
What do you like, John?
for Team Canada. And got a miss out of Greg Drummond.
Top one.
And the World Championships next year will be in Basel, Switzerland, and these two gentlemen, a lady in the middle. One on the right, Bruno Schallberger, the chairman for the Basel 2012.
Result 3.
For World Men's Curling Championship 2011 here in Regina.
Where do you want it now? It's frozen.
The men's event in Basel next year. So, chance here for Canada to lie two, and they do. Very nicely played.
But some separation, and that you hear Canada frustrated because, again, they've allowed an out for Scotland to throw the hit weight. If that one's right on the nose,
They can't hit it on the nose, and if they
Even if
hit
you
it the
jam
high
it in
side,
behind.
there's a very high
Totally got
chance
it
of
wrong.
locking it.
See what you can do.
Okay.
I think it's a big call to move both these Canadian
Don't
stones.
think this will do much, Greg.
Yeah, I know.
Needs to catch, what, a quarter stone to move them both, maybe even less.
Yeah, and it'll probably catch that back one just if he throws enough weight to try and spin it off.
Yep.
Yeah!
This one's not wide. Is he going to get past the guard? He could do.
Well, catch it thin.
Okay.
We'll spin it underneath. Was a very difficult shot.
Just caught too much of it.
Okay.
And of course it did lock one Canadian stone onto the other and leave it lying right on the button.
Slide tight.
Don't just freeze the back. We freeze the back one, Jeff? Well,
Yeah.
what does he do? Then he's just going to go there.
Oh, good.
Want to go here, right? T-line?
I don't like it there.
Freeze back one. I think so, Jeff.
Well, you can leave a foot of space.
Well, yeah, back 8. Back 8.
Also, the front end and thrower, John Meade, get their say at this point. Freeze the back one. Didn't like sitting it on the tee line.
It's not real hard. Line's good. Gotta go.
Well, Canada know that they have one shot nicely protected right on the button by half-checked Scottish red stones in front. That's why they're heading the stone right to the back of the 8-foot circle, so there's no chance of disturbing the one on the 4-foot. He's pretty well played with that too.
Great scrap, guys.
Pretty much right out of his hand they took that one. Carruthers and Gould. I know they'll probably have to catch their breath. They're probably going to have 2 more big shots in this 5th end. And for Canada, they just need to try and get a deuce. And then it's a tie game at the break.
What do you like? Tell you what, even if you pick that clean, it's pretty good.
So Stoughton has last stone here. Scotland lead 3-1, but they're lying 2 against at the moment.
See that, are the
I
threes?
think
If we
the
can
big
freeze
question
that,
here is whether to
I
take both these
Do I
short
freeze?
stones out of play. The ones on the top of the
let's
house in
keep
the
it tight.
blue
even if we
area,
touch that.
opening up the
See that, or we touch that up.
shot on the button. I'd be tempted to take them away. What do you think?
Make that with your first.
It's a tough shot either way, what they have to play. I'm trying to think exactly the best bet, and I think I like this one, the freeze call that they're looking at right now. Have to be perfect with it, or throw this one to his sweepers. The way Tom's been feeling it today, the hit's not a bad idea also.
What did I throw coming up here? With my last.
That side 307.
Okay.
Up 4. 2. T. T back 4.
Go back one then.
Off.
Yeah, back 4. We're going to the back one. On the back one.
Yours,
Off. Are you sure?
Yep.
No, they got to make the decision. Can't be in between of which one they want to go to.
Whoa, right off.
He will freeze the back stone, I think.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Almost the freeze.
Not bad. Knew they had that option.
Do we want to move it? Whack, whack. Get some. So we have some separation.
Yeah, and put this one right there. It's not
Yeah.
awful.
Might not be bad. Tough to get movement though.
I like that. I mean, he's got to play the freeze. I mean, he can make it really good and still give you a shot from 3, right? If you're...
Yeah. Okay.
He's got to get to nose.
So Stoughton here looking to
How hard, Jeff?
tap this
Back
back,
eight,
and
guys. We got to make sure we get to the nose, eh? Nose?
Yeah, we just loosen that up a bit.
hit it on the nose,
Less, John.
which will leave him line 2. And his own stone will be locked right onto the back one of Scotland if he makes this perfectly.
Back 8! Back 12. Whoa. Yep. Whoa, whoa. Back 12! Whoa, 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 wait. Yep. Whoa. Whoa!
Here back 12. They do want to move it.
Yep. Yep. It's got enough, John. Whoa.
Line important to be right on the nose. And he is right on the nose.
So 1-2 for Canada in this fifth end. And after a run back made by Scott Andrews.
Corner frees up.
Good draw by Reed Crothers is allowed play into this draw game.
Yeah, I know, because he's going to.
Because he's just going to hit the glass.
Well, it's the same shot I just played, eh?
Okay, same shot.
And it's very important that this stone lies absolutely right in line with the
Almost
yellow
the same weight, guys.
Canadian stone. If they bounce a little bit in the way, there'll be a chance for Stoughton to remove it and pick up his 2 points. If it stays high, there's another chance to hit it and roll it out. So this is a critical shot for Tom Brewster in the fifth end. His last stone.
T. Yep.
Whoa, line. Run.
Back 4. Whoa.
Real nice.
Off. Yep. Whoa. Mikes. Whoa. 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 Way all the way. Nothing.
Needs to curl.
Nothing.
Good looking weight.
Nothing.
They will finish hard at the end. They need to try and get to the nose here.
Okay.
Now I think can Jeff get to the nose on that? Both Reds might spill out, but he's got to throw some weight at it.
Maybe bumper, just to give it a chance to get in. Sure. Like that, bumper right there.
Well, the red on the top of our picture biting the blue and white circle could be a pretty important counter at the end of this, because the middle yellow, which they're trying to keep, may squirt out to the side, and they may only get 1 or 2 rather than the big end possibility of 3 or 4 here.
Right on, Joe.
3 perhaps maximum once they start disturbing all these stones. Don't think they'll get more than 3 maximum, but
Crowd trying to encourage Jeff Stoughton. They've been waiting and wanting something to get erupt about. Haven't. The last stone here, fifth end for Jeff Stoughton.
so controlled weight hit.
Yep. Hard. Whoa.
He will want to hit it on the nose or even just fractionally on the inside. The line all important here.
Well, spill him out. Spill it out and get 3, and there they are. So Jeff Stoughton manufactures, as you see. Kerry Burtnick, another former Manitoban world champion. And Rob Meekin cheering on as Canada will take a 4-3 lead into the fifth end break with this one. The nose hit will spill that yellow in. 4-3.
Okay, folks, we're in section number 102 right now. Coming right down to the front. We're by 3 contestants right here during this fifth end break. It's going to be kind of fun. Now, come on over, let's find out who you are. What's the first one, sir, what's your name? George, where are you from? Stoughton. What are you doing for time, sir? A high school teacher. What is that you teach, sir? Math, mostly. Math, mostly. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how you do in this game, my friend. What's your name is? Holy crap, you're a short little thing, aren't you? How you doing? What's your name is? Gina Powell. Gina, where are you from? Saskatoon. And what do you do in Saskatoon?
Well, first half, some of the shots that have been made throughout as Tom Brewster, first end, needs a key shot, raise double, and make them all go away. Leaves 5 counters in the rings, forces Jeff to play the out-turn draw in order to get a single point to start off this game.
Straight draw right now. Jeff.
As he does have some backing to use, he'll come down to it. Canada starts off with a single point over Scotland. Jump ahead, end 3. And Scotland, a well-played end. Jeff had to peel one out and a open draw to the paint for Tom Brewster and his Scottish team to take the lead in their first lead against Jeff Stoughton throughout the 3 games they've played. 2-1, Scotland on top. Skip ahead to N5 now, and Tom Brewster a little heavy, sat a hair high on that Yellowstone, and now Jeff has a chance.
Little heavy.
Quiet, hit weight, get to the nose, and a little roll in.
Clean, honey.
Will bring a third point into play, and there it is. So Canada took a while to strike, but they strike for 3 in the 5th, and a 4-3 advantage over Scotland.
Another 5 like that. Fucking get your 2, you're going to top it up.
Yeah, I know.
Short stuff, come over here now. Okay.
Stay in this. Good job, Cheech. You're doing well, buddy. Hang in there. Stay positive. Put the screws through, mate. It's out there. Is that it? Got it? Wee man needs some more snacks? Okay.
Here we go. Happy dance.
Let's go. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, let's walk.
Johnny!
Well, look at the numbers through 5 ends, and fairly even as Canada 89% overall, leading Scotland 82%. Well, the draws again advantage Canada, and hits advantage Canada. The stolen point won by Scotland, has them down 4-3 after Canada strikes for the 3-ender in the 5th, as they had been fighting it a little bit to try and generate something, able to get into a little bit of a draw game, and that suits them just fine. They take 3 against Scotland to have the lead into the second half of this game, and we'll see how Scotland responds now with the hammer in 6.
That's top 4, okay? Like normal, I think that's normal to draw weight, okay? Oh, we're just saying, like.
Well, I know I didn't put much on it.
Yeah.
It's a great brush.
So that 92% you see there throughout round robin, that was second best to Victor Schall in the Swedish lead.
Whoa! Come on, you guys.
On this one, well deep. Coming out of the break, it will be a little bit quicker. Back 12 foot for Steve.
Well, Stoughton not happy with that one.
So I was telling you guys earlier.
2, just wait.
So Steve Gould missing that one.
Room.
Quit's good.
Corner guard requested here and
Yep.
achieved by Michael Goodfellow.
Good, mate.
Good, Michael.
Tight.
Well, pretty simple decision to put up that corner, not even a thought of hitting because of Steve Gould's going deep.
Room. Oh! Room, guys.
That's less,
Yep.
Another.
Yep.
Whoa, it's well past. We're deep, Jeff.
Okay.
walking down next to this stone. It will come into the house.
Okay, Steve, that's fine.
Well, that's where he would have preferred to have his first stone come in.
Okay. Hey, Steve. Okay. On here.
Moves quite a wee bit down here. Moves a wee bit.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm
Well, Steve Gould was a member of Jeff Stoughton's team in both 1996 and 1999, but was the lead in 96 when they won the Worlds. In 99 was the alternate when they lost the championship game that year.
Yep. Real hard.
Hey, mate.
We'll make the double, make both of them disappear, and just the one corner, the one stone, top 8 foot.
Bumper. Let's go, Reed.
Pump, guys.
Hey, Reed.
Reed Carruthers was the top second
Almost
all
nice.
week. 85% in this game so
Nice weight,
far,
Jake.
as Canada leading 4-3 in the game.
Yep.
Whoa!
Whoa, 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 whoa. That's good. Good.
Hit and roll from Carruthers away from the guard.
Curl there too, John. Yeah. Let's make sure we're high, guys.
Brewster ignoring that stone of Canada's in the 4-foot circle, instead calling to his second player, Scott Andrews, to go round behind the guard.
Room. 17. Yeah, line. Well, look, Lee. Line's good.
Go. Hard, Greg.
Line's good.
Hard, Greg.
Hard, Greg. Clean. Yep. Clean.
Way on, Lee.
Whoa, top 8. Whoa.
All there. It's a big 3.
Good line. Stopping in front of the tee line and no more.
Just the weight. Just a fraction, but.
That was going to be less, isn't it? No, your weight is fine.
Yeah. Fine, Scott.
It's okay.
Stoughton calling on his second player, Carruthers, to follow this stone round
Yep. Whoa.
and freeze against it.
Whoa, then. It's heavy. Through, Jeff.
Is it on it?
Not yet.
This one could be a little bit heavy from Carruthers. Might just touch the Scottish stone, a fraction and roll. It does.
Just that little rub, but otherwise it's skating right through, probably onto the hacks and into the boards.
Okay.
Reed's fighting it a bit. Numbers are all right, but just a couple times been fighting the proper weight.
Well, numbers so far are showing 85%, but I think he's not as high as that.
Really hard for peace. Really hard.
So has to catch a piece of this stone.
Ah, whoa.
It's a miss from Andrews.
Soft. Just soft. The weight was good.
Brewster there, big miss.
Just threw it soft.
Well, as you can expect, a few people here just cheering on
Not all.
Team Canada and are cheering for that. Majority, though, excited for Canada's side, but at the same time realizing not one that to cheer a miss by the opposition.
Whoa. It's a hair up. Whoa. Whoa. Close. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
It's not bad, though.
Whoa. Clean it. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Ah, shoot. All right.
Well, the hit and roll, Canada, line 3. Look there at the wives of Team Canada. On the left was Jeff Stoughton, the right, Steve Goulds.
No, it's getting quick.
So Greg Drummond now playing a draw round to corner freeze onto that stone behind the Scottish guard
Looks locked.
with his first stone.
T high. T back 4. Close.
This one's
Good. Whoa.
plenty of weight. The line all
Just
important.
wait. Line's good.
Walk it.
Line's good. Hard. Gotta go, Mike. Hard. Go, Mike. Hard. Hard. Down, Mike. Hard.
I'll put it right on the corner, and the question is, are they second shot? Are they out counting that back one?
Okay.
Well, it was a great shot from Drummond to freeze right onto that stone of Canada's. I think they certainly lie ahead of the one next to them, but the back stone there is the other question, whether they lie second or third shot here.
I don't think he's so sure. We're two?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we'll go with Jeff's eyes there. That
My bad eyes.
second shot. You hear Jeff talking about his eyes, so I'm not sure if we want to go with them.
I got a 10. Should be tight.
Oh, indicating
Weight's
the
good.
How's line going? Whoa. Line's close. Line's pretty good.
You're almost
right
in.
Whoa, then.
To the broom. No, just short of it, actually.
Yep, then
Just
let's
sort of
go.
draw to guard
Gotta
the
curl,
stone
guys.
on the
That's the curl.
left-hand side of the house.
Easy.
Line's
That's the
good.
curl.
Line's good.
Good. Yep. Hard. Hard. Gotta curl. Gotta curl.
Well, it stopped very quickly there.
Wow, that's fast, eh?
Well, and the way that it was being called by both Jeff and John was very relaxed, that it was going to be okay, and then all of a sudden at the end they weren't ready, expecting it because they didn't think they needed to go. And it leaves part of that one open.
See that? You try and hit this one. If you catch it on here, you might bounce that.
Straight back.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, Greg Drummond needs to come up with the run back.
Well, this is a big shot for Scotland. They're in a bit of trouble here.
Yep. Oh. Whoa. 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 Close. Whoa.
Well, get one, and we'll go right through the hole. Misses it. It sits side of the
Greg,
forefoot.
go. Sorry, I went for the wrong shot there. Sorry.
Why? We try and choke it a bit, maybe. I don't want to come deep, though. He might be able to run at it, right?
Corner hook up in front then.
I think so, yeah.
But it's faster. I don't tell you often.
Well, passing on the comments that it is fast down this path. John throwing the guard, and
Tell him? Did you tell him? Up here? Jeff, did John talk to you about speed here?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Is this right, Jeff? Yeah.
Short of the red, Reed.
Yeah.
Okay.
so wants to choke off the run. Again, force Tom into the draw game. The down weight
whoa,
shots.
Whoa, guys, let it run.
Line right now.
It's got a curl?
Yeah, let's go.
Gotta go for weight.
Come on. Come on.
All you got, guys.
It's going good. Come on.
All you got.
It's great. It's going really good, guys. Come on.
Come on.
Come on, guys. Go, 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 go. Keep going.
Keep going. Go, 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 go.
Good, good. Good rush,
Good
guys.
job, Jeff. Good weight, Jeff.
Well, really used the sweepers there, knowing it was that quick spot.
Judd, would you agree?
So Brewster will go to the other end to throw his first stone in this sixth end.
3-1.
And it's looking very much like he's going to be forced to take a point here.
Corner freeze.
He's probably lying 2 yellow Canadian stones against him.
3-1.
Big chance though. He can follow, he can draw right round these guards and end up frozen to the one on the button belonging to Canada. That would be an excellent shot.
Nice.
That's what's called.
T-line. Scott. T-line. Whoa. Scott. Early. Scott.
T back 4.
Close.
Line only.
Close.
Line only.
It's very
Here it
wide.
comes.
Right here.
Needs to curl a long way. It's not going to.
Well, it's trying its best, but it's continuing to go.
That's okay.
We'll go back beyond the T line. B shot stone. But now Jeff plunks one right over on top. That's going to be, even top button, it's going to be real tough to score.
So this is turning into an important end for Scotland and for Canada, actually. Canada could possibly pick up a steal of a point here if Jeff Stoughton follows this stone down and freezes right onto it to lie first shot.
Yep. I am heavy right now. Yep. Line's close. Whoa, 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 whoa. Small tap. Whoa. Let's go. Yep. Hard. Small tab. Whoa. Tapping. Yep. Lay two. Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's a good looking line from Stoughton.
Yeah, we will.
Well, it's in that quick spot. They'll tap it back and will lie two. Is a chance here, though, because of the tap and getting that separation, that the intern can come down, push that one back, and Tom will be able to get his two. Just really important on Tom's draws that he comes down and he uses his sweepers.
Well, I don't think Tom will get two, but he'll get his point. Single point, maybe.
Yeah, see how this one goes.
Careless, correct.
Tended to be a little wide on some of these shots. Mustn't be wide with this one, though.
So the final stone here, sixth end. Tom Brewster facing two Canadian rocks in the 4-foot.
Mike's all the way hard. Hard! Gotta go! Hard! Come on, Mike, lead!
Well, this is a quick spot. They got to make sure they get down to it and tap this one. It's curling, but do they have enough to tap it to get their one? Tap it back, get a single, and very nice. Brewster comes up with a clutch shot to tie things up here in Regina at the Brandt Center. Championship game, 4-4 after 6.
Three.
Looks okay.
Yep.
That's not bad.
3. Big line, guys. Yep.
Oh, line's okay.
Hard. Hard.
Come on.
Well, it was an important single point to get, especially against a couple stones by the Scottish side. They start with the center line guard. And now Jeff Stoughton, important stone for Steve Gould. It was mid-80s, but needs to come up with an important draw right around that center line. Top 8 foot, don't be deep.
Okay, whoa now.
Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa. Just 8 foot. Yep.
Wait, Ole.
Whoa, we're by.
We've got tons of room. I got in.
Yep, go now, Reed.
Read if you can, yep.
Yep, go, come on. Let's go.
If you can, yep.
Let's go. Good.
Get in there.
Nice crush, guys.
Shot, Steve.
Well, good judge there to put that one just biting top of the 4 foot. Did not want to be deep with it. Say go down and we'll sit top of the 4 foot. We play end 7 of this championship game. Canada champion last year. And Kevin Cooey in his rink out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Yep.
Well, the year before was David Murdoch.
Right. Gotta go, guys. Whoa.
3. That was 2.
Whoa.
1, 2.
That's not even close. Centre. That's not even close. Can chip the guard.
Well, so 2 centers, and now they're fighting it a little bit. That one, here they come. They can chip the guard if they want to, but it ends up leaving a center line. 2 centers out in front in Canada, lying 1.
That's quite a bit harder. Yep.
Close for line, whoa.
Yep. Hard line.
Hard, guys.
Hard line.
Hard, Reed.
Real hard, guys. Gotta
Hard,
go.
Reed.
Come on, guys.
Come on, you gotta go.
Come on. It'll go. It'll go. Come on. Go, go, go. Keep going. Keep going. Okay.
Well, that one won't get by. It'll chip the front.
Yeah, it was perfect. Good brush, guys.
Okay.
As that one in behind here in the 7th end, 4-4 the score. Canada and Jeff Stoughton. Stoughton trying to be the 4th rink out of Canada. Pardon me, 5th in the last 7 years to win the World Championship. 2005, it was Randy Furby defeating Scotland. In 2006, it was David Murdoch defeating Jean-Michel Menard of Canada. 07, it was Andy Capp losing the final to Glenn Howard. 2008 and 2009 were both the final of Canada-Scotland. David Murdoch, Kevin Martin. 08 went to Martin, 09 went to Murdoch, and last year Canada-Norway. Thorger Nergard skipped the Norwegian side, who finished 2nd to Kevin Cooey of Canada.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Wait only. Whoa. Right off. Right off. Right off.
Right off. Carl.
Well, trying to just sit on it, not bounce at all.
Scott, that's okay. Good. Nice weight.
Really?
I know what he's doing.
Clean.
Making sure we got a shot.
All right. Good shot.
Well, some of the Scottish fans and the young lads hoping, lads and lassies watching on Scotland right now, and the young lads for Scotland, and a couple misses already in this one. They need to come up with a key shot. Scott Andrews at the 2nd position, 75%. Looks like trying to play the run.
Yep. Hard! Really hard! Hard! Clean. Yep. Whoa. Okay.
So we'll nose that one.
Good there, Scott.
Can't hold it to clip
Good
the one
throw.
in the rings. Belonging to Canada, who have the hammer in the 7th end. And
Hack the bomb.
Scotland had Canada sort of stifled a little bit early, not able to get their type of game going, but Jeff got into that draw game, which he's solid at, and playing the finesse shots. And obviously if you have a choice, I think Scotland prefers playing more hits than draws, and Canada can go either way.
Whoa! 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 Yep! Hard! Yep! Hard! Hard!
Well, trying to sneak it by, and great scrub. Mead and Gould save that one for their second. The rookie at a world championship in. Reed Carruthers makes a beauty. Will nose that one to lie two. As Brewster sizing up the double. This is again a little difference. You don't see the big weight shot, or the finesse shot. It's the double attempt.
Okay. Control or barrier?
Control's fine.
Turbo. Right off. Close. Whoa. Spin. Spin.
Well, you hear him talk about spin, wanting to spin out in the open.
Nice throw.
It will sit Canada lying one to red.
Greg.
Scotland Stones out in front. Here, the championship game of the 2011 Ford World Men's Curling Championship.
And the two Stones in front this time, it's the same kind of problem as they had the last time going down here when they lost three. Scotland, they're not half checked this time, so they'll be available for raising
The other one if you're going to hit anything.
or running back.
Not really, John.
Oh.
You don't like the shot? What do you like? I don't know. Well,
And that's why Jeff's looking at trying to get rid of them. They're dangerous stones.
It's probably a little less than half.
Last time they were able to be used effectively by Canada because they couldn't really be
This
raised.
one's behind.
But this time they could be.
Third. Yeah, third. You like it? Yeah, it's fine.
yeah, you can get it in.
You can get it in. Go to third, pretty close.
I think that's why they're looking at it. Rather than just the straight double peel, they want to
No.
play the double, carry
Hit the
them
back one
in.
For sure. I'm sorry?
Third to half. Half's pretty close.
Hit the center one for sure.
Well, they're just trying to figure out which one they hit first. Seventh end here, and center line first. Come off that side one and kick into the rings.
So big weight here.
Whoa! Yeah! Come on, Reed. Whoa! Whoa!
Well, get one, get the second, roll it right in. And how far will they go? Don't want to set up a double themselves, as it goes right to the pot, right to the button, curls underneath the other one, and will sit 1-2. Only two stones in play. They knew that was an option, and that's why the discussion of which one they wanted to hit first.
Good shot, buddy. Good shot. Excuse me.
I think John was hoping for it to try and spin a little bit further underneath.
Right off.
But even a blank end, Canada doesn't mind blanking the seventh end in a 4-4 score. Then they'll get into that 2 hammers to 1 scenario. And after that one, that's what it looks like we will be set up for, with just wide open space.
Good.
So the last stone from third player John Mead. Just a draw into the house.
That's good, that's good, that's good. Just leave it high up there. It's fine.
And Brewster already down in the hack at this end, trying to make up a little bit of time, I think.
Not necessarily think they need to, but it's just a matter of you'll probably need it at the end. So why not? There's no sense. You're not really discussing much. It's just which turn you're throwing.
And the hit from Brewster here.
And Tom will roll out. That'll force Jeff into a draw. He'll have an opportunity to throw these.
More than middle.
And that line on this sheet is the line that's caught one or two of them out, running pretty straight on the out turn, quite far out.
Well, look at Jeff's mom and dad here in attendance, watching on Mr. and Mrs. Stoughton.
Just short of tea right now. Actually, it's pretty free. I got tea. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, a little bit. Just keep it first. That's good. Yeah, it's around tea-ish. Yeah.
Keep it going, guys. Good. Particle.
So Jeff Stoughton, his record at a world championship, pretty good. A gold, a silver, and of those, including this year's championship, 1996 victorious, 99 silver. Here will be one of those colors again, but he only has 4 losses to his name in those 3 events. Hoping he can keep it at 4 losses, as he will have the throw through here to blank the 7th end. And there is a buzz, everyone sort of wanting to see it, and they're going to see the spinorama here. Get them going. He's going to want them behind him to continue, as he will blank the end, keep it a 4-4 score, heading to the 8th end here at the Brandt Center. The crowd abuzz, but over a blank end, and it remains the same score. Canada retains hammer.
All has to do it now. That's only
Yeah.
deal there.
Please welcome the Ford World Men's Curling Championship Trophy.
Well, as we come back in, the final 3 ends of play, all square. That is what they're playing for. A World Championship trophy. It's been held for numerous years, and the last one to hold it was Team Canada and Kevin Cooey. The last 2 countries in the last 6 years, it's been Canada or Scotland hoisting that trophy over their heads at the conclusion of the final. Also carried out as tradition in Canada by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
Yep. Keep that one moving.
Of course, we're here where the training grounds are for the Mounted Police.
Yep.
Just a little bit north west of this venue, the Brandt Center. Luke Coley here with Richard Harding, the Ford World Men's Curling Championship.
So Tom Brewster calling on his lead to put the stone into the house.
It's good.
Slightly surprised at that.
Good.
Scotland have to make the play in the
Same
next
throw,
few
Mikey.
ends. Corner guard put up by Stoughton.
This is 10. Setting, you think?
Well, tie game, Canada right now, 2 hammers to the 1, 80% to 79. Steve Gould leads Michael Goodfellow.
2-3. Just wait, room. Room.
3.
Room.
Scotland's going to try and see if they can force Canada 1. Even if there's a blank, they don't mind all that much.
Clean now. Oh, the center line. Whoa.
3.
Whoa. Whoa. Good throw, Mike.
That one will just slip into the ring, so Stoughton can hit it. Stops
That one runs on more than
a few inches shorter, and it's out in front, and they cannot remove it.
Firm ground.
he should have. I told him to switch because, you know, he wasn't making nothing.
Close. Close, John. Whoa. Yep. Oh, whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Hard. Whoa.
No roll. Sit.
Watch it. Sit.
Well, wants to sit. If they can sit right in behind, that is a beauty. Steve Gould needing a little bit of a lift there as they get the double and roll right in behind, forcing this run back. A big one. This straight raise can be made for Scott Andrews. Would help. They can try and blank the end.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Sure. Yep. Yep.
Well, they won't get it. They're just going to end up peeling the guard.
Good throw. Still 3-0.
Was that? He hadn't touched it. Aye, the Tom thought he did. He told him to. All right.
Hey. Okay, Johnny. 3-0, 3-0-5. Okay, 3-0. Good read. I got right there, right there. No, he's not bad, John. He held it there.
What do you got?
Almost T.
Okay, pretty good. Top 12's good. Top 8.
Yeah,
top
it's
8.
a little past that.
Okay, make sure a few rocks can get in there.
He's there, Steve.
A few hits.
I know, it's just the frost. Just be careful. Good shot. Boy, Reed.
Good read.
That surprised me a bit, the call by Stoughton early in the end, drawing into the rings as opposed to putting the guard up.
Normal.
Okay. Yeah. Even just a roll at the 4 foot's good.
Because that one just top 12 foot, they decide they're going to split the rings, and Tom's going to try and just cluster these rocks up. Canada will try and hit back and forth. As 84% for Reed Carruthers versus 75% of Scott Andrews,
Whoa.
youngest member of this Scottish team.
Yeah. Yep. Whoa.
Whoa, Greg.
Well, there's a hit. Try and get to the center of the house.
Real good.
And doesn't get much more center than that. Top button.
Okay.
So just a controlled hit weight. Jeff will try and have Reed Carruthers roll back to the open to the other side. Opposite from their shoot, the second shot.
Hard. Whoa. 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 That's good. That's fine.
So right on the nose. Doesn't get any roll, but double a little bit difficult still. And
It's good, Reed.
Tom will take a couple cracks. They know they still have
Normal.
few more shots before they need to go after that double.
Yep. Whoa. Yes! Hot! Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, Greg Drummond looking for the hit. Now the roll needs to sit, though,
I'll go, bro.
as Tom was going to let it go, and then he wanted to make sure it got out so that if a hit on the top one didn't jam. So the rollout means Jeff can put this one top 12 foot.
Yours was good too. It looks a hair slower than
Same as Reed's. Just bite the 8 foot.
Show us to the broom there,
No,
Jeff.
no. It's past where he wants it.
Well, this is the first of the end for the birthday boy,
Whoa.
John Mead,
Whoa.
born here in Regina. As he will leave them on opposite sides and try and play the hit and roll.
Normal.
Normal on PL. Normal on PL.
Peel!
Yeah.
Not a real high percentage double, but they'll try and hit and roll to the side of it.
Yep! All the way!
See the numbers 88% to 77 in favor of Mead. Get one, try and roll over and behind, but right underneath and out. Another chance, Canada to draw and place it where they like.
Lucky.
All set up here for Canada to get their two.
Good wait.
They played from one side of the house to the other, all end long, really, after that set-up shot from Steve Gould.
I got a pound more. Still got 3 in the wall.
A little more.
Whoa. You go on the inside, kid, Reed? Yep. We won't soup it though.
Yeah, it's not bad actually, Steve.
Bite the 8, guys, for sure. Just bite the 8.
Switch. I want it to curl. Okay. Easy. Oh. Nice and even. Let's go even.
Oh, trying to leave it level.
Nice throws, John. Good talk, Reed.
Good shots, Sean. Nice weight.
Thank you.
So very nicely played, perfect weight. Now down to Skip Stones in the 7th end here. 8th end here, sorry. Number 8.
Yeah, up north, yeah.
And a hit and roll across the house to behind the other Canadian stone is the shot required.
Off.
Greg Drummond had a go at 2 of these and both of them ran out the house. This one looks, well,
Okay.
it will roll the wrong way. Not too accurate with that one.
Would have rather rolled in, because then Jeff would have to hit it and roll back out. Now the hit rolls out and there's going to be the same draw.
Poor shot from Brewster that he had to force Stoughton into a hit, and if the Canadian skip had hit and rolled towards the yellow stone that was already there, it would allow the chance of a double takeout perhaps. As it is, Canada are in good shape to pick up the 2 points.
Look at the difference in numbers. Jeff Stoughton 94 to Brewster's 84. But surprisingly, Brewster's hits lower than his draws in the game.
Clean it.
Would love this one. Exact same spot on the other side of the center line from the stone that is in the house.
Nope.
Bite 8. Good.
That stone will finish perfectly for Stoughton, almost exactly across from the other shot.
Well, not what Tom wants to be facing here with his last, but knows it's Unless he makes a perfect roll and gets a miss from Jeff. He's maybe 2 down playing the 9th end of this championship game.
Right, guys. Won't be just as fun.
So all the trophies and medals, gold and silver to be determined. Sweden has already won the bronze.
Yep. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Not quite as big as the last one, but they'd love for any sort of roll. Won't do that, and Jeff has an opportunity. Hit the 8-foot or better.
Absolutely dead straight up there.
Okay, we'll hit it early then, okay?
Decided to go into the rings early, knew they may leave an opportunity for a double, but a couple double opportunities were missed. Brewster couldn't get them close together. So last stone here, Jeff Stoughton of the 8th end, a draw to the 8-foot will get the crowd right behind him as a 2-point lead as he tries to win his 2nd world championship in this game.
Take a look.
This one looks in good order all the way from the moment he let go. Stoughton will draw for 2 to the button.
To the delight of the Canadian crowd, it is now a 6-4 Canadian lead after 8 ends. Scotland will have the hammer as we go to 9. Well, the Canadian faithful happy as they have a 6-4 lead playing into the 9th end. Scotland with hammer.
Room right now, but wait, the line's
Doesn't matter
good.
about room. Put it in the 4-foot. Let's go. Come on, you got it, boys. He's not too bad. We still got it, Johnny.
Keep going.
And they will draw the stone right onto the top of the 4-foot circle. Now Canada will certainly want to play the stones in the house. Scotland with the last stone here, forced to go for the corner guard strategy once more. So it's gone from a 3-1 lead after 4 ends for Tom Brewster to a 6-4 deficit after 8 ends.
Yeah, the steal in the fourth end almost sort of awoke the giant in Jeff Stoughton. They haven't dominated, but they have taken control of the game and dictated the way it's been played since that fifth end.
That's in, he's calling, Reed? Yeah, in. So same weights, probably okay for top 12? Yeah. Yeah. I added a hair, boys. Yeah, I had the same.
Despite the 8.
Looks harder. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Line's fine.
Just full 12.
Yeah. Line's good. Yep. Just pass the room. Okay, well. Oh, you're right.
So Steve Gould throws that stone just into the top of the 8-foot circle. And
The same weight.
to my mind, a very strange nomination from Brewster here to draw around these two.
Okay.
I think it would be a good move to put up another corner guard, because after this shot you're not going to have any opportunity for them.
Room.
Yeah, I would agree. This is a shot you play, I think, a little bit later in the end. He's going to make his move, try and get one there, and try and get one positioned early, and then go from there. It's a great call if you can make it.
Well then. Yep. Hard, Greg. Come on, needs to finish. Bury it hard. Clean.
That's fine. Good shot.
Well played there from Michael Goodfellow.
Shot, Mike.
Goes to the back of the 12-foot.
Well, I don't like that shot at all, I'm afraid. I don't think it's the right shot to play, but we will see.
Time will tell. See if it was the right call. The execution was perfect.
That's where they wanted it.
Right to it. Good.
Off comes the guard. Away goes the shooter, and the game is now guaranteed to be played in the house.
We're 2, eh? Yeah. Good back.
Well, they're going to continue. They're going to put that guard back out in front. Let's go guard, peel for a few more, and we'll have to make a play on both those yellows in the house. But the overlap on them is in their favor, that there's no straight back.
Just clean.
It's good.
3.
Looks lots, boys.
Right off.
Looks lots.
Right off. Let it cut off.
Yeah, it's a real tight 3.
Let it cut off.
It's a tight 3 I've not in.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay.
Well, not where they wanted. They were hoping to leave that one out in front. I don't think Jeff's going to be baited into going after, trying to make the double. They're just going to try and catch this one thick and roll over the top of theirs.
Well, an opportunity now for Canada to lie 3 yellow stones in the house. So a mistake with that stone coming in as far as that.
Hard. It's fine.
And he makes it.
Pretty good, actually.
Good shot, hitting and rolling in front of the other 2 Canadian stones.
Okay. Control. North, control. Form barrier.
So Scott Andrews with his second stone here.
Trying to get the nose of it. Can they hold it? Clip the one out of the 4-foot, and very nice. Able to lie second and third. The Scottish contingent just waiting to see what their 4 guys out on the ice can do in this 9th end, down 6-4.
Scotland really need to try to get 2 back here to get back into the game. And then hope to steal one in the last.
Yep. Yep. Clean.
Good.
Canada going for the hit and roll. Just a little bit too far.
Corner freeze.
Freeze, I don't know. Freeze.
Yeah.
Well, the last time in 2009 it was Canada Scotland in the final was David Murdoch, Kevin Martin, and a 10th end where the score was 6-6. Scotland stealing in the extra to win that one, and a highly debated shot decision by the skip of Team Canada, throwing one through with his first of skip stones.
Where are we? 18. Top 12. Top 8.
Would end up being David Murdoch's second world title.
Need to go.
Yep. Hard! Come on, Scott. Come on, hard! Every inch. Still good. Really hard!
Sweeping feverishly, get the freeze on this Yellowstone. And it's going to sit down, I think.
Well, I would have gone for that.
Short of that.
Yeah, coming into the centre, just wasn't going as fast. Yeah.
Oh, aye. That was maybe just out in the frosty stuff.
Just to
for
start
a little bit longer.
Good job.
And even Canada giving up 2 at this point isn't the end of the world. They love a force.
Yep. Clean all the way.
But they'll just continue to remove the guards and stones out in front. We'll see at one point when Scotland makes their move.
Move it. What do you like?
What do you like? I think so.
Hack.
I think we've got to move it now. We've got to move it now.
So the
Okay.
shot that
Hack.
Stoughton and his team were good at, which was hit and stick or hit and roll to keep the stones in the house. Now Scotland have to do the same to maintain 2 red stones in the house, not setting up any doubles for the Canadians. A little bit more difficult with that stone in the middle at the back, but it's what they have to do.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Close. Yep. Whoa.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
Well, they need to hold the shooter here and
Stay with the roll.
they'll make the hit. Now get the roll to the wide side. Make the double. Very steep.
Good throw.
And that it is.
Good call.
Well, about as good as he could manage. Could have gone a little fraction more, but a pretty good shot from Greg Drummond there to lie 2.
All Jeff's going to do is just try and roll back to the center. Make the hit more difficult for Tom Brewster with his first.
Good job. Let's roll the centre back.
And we've seen Brewster's hitting today, and quite often it's been either catching the wrong side of the stone or hitting and running when he could have done with hitting and staying. So he's about to be tested when it really matters in this end. Jeff Stoughton then, his first stone in end number 9. Skip stones remaining. The score 6-4 in favour of Canada. Scotland have last stone. And Stoughton will hit and roll out uncharacteristically. So it gives a chance for
was a little in out.
Tom Brewster to draw as far away as possible from where that red stone
I said whoa to them
is
as soon as I let go.
belonging to Scotland.
I said whoa to them as soon as I let go.
Surprised he doesn't. I thought I saw an indication to the other side where that one was. Thought maybe they would go over where that stone is, just out of the rings, just in front of it. That if Jeff did try a double, it would jam on that side rock and keep it in play. Nervous moments for Scotland in a 6-4 game in favor of Team Canada.
Yeah.
So a vital stone here from Tom Brewster.
Okay.
This draw has to be in the house
Top 8.
and as far away as possible from the other Scottish stone.
The brush.
Whoa. Whoa.
Room.
Whoa.
Huge line.
Needs to cuddle.
Huge line.
Whoa.
T-line.
Whoa. Clean it. Whoa.
Oh, no. That's the top tee. Top tee.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Off.
Okay, nice weight.
Put in there.
Well, they said T-line, initially top 8, and then T-line about halfway.
Okay.
I think Jeff's going to try and roll to the center.
So Stoughton here. Chance to hit and roll in front of that Scottish stone and make it tougher for Tom Brewster to remove for his 2.
Look at Kim Brewster and Tom as they watch on as Jeff will try and play his last shot of this 9th end.
Hard. Really hard. Really hard.
Hard!
Right to it. Right to it.
Right to it.
Been hard to maintain the line here.
Yep.
Well, make the hit. Now the roll to center. Make the hit for Brewster difficult. But there's still, he can get to the nose and score his 2.
Just hit it fractionally on the high side, and he will be
Good throw.
set for his 2 here to tie the game up again at 6-6.
Keep it on center. Yeah.
And to be fair to my colleague next door, Luke Colley, he wasn't very unhappy about that backstone being drawn right round there, and hey ho, here we are at the end of the end and it's still there, so you're right, I'm wrong. Assuming he gets this, although even if
the call looks a lot better when you make that shot early. If that one would have rubbed or anything, it would have been a whole different end.
It certainly does, but this one's a little bit high and wide. Needs to swing, and it's big weight.
Nothing!
Curl.
Hard, Greg!
Well, have enough to punch it out, at least score his 1, but an open hit for Brewster, and surprisingly his downfalls in this game are some missed hits, and it's only 1. So it'll be 6-5. They'll need to steal 1 to tie the game as we head to the 10th end of this championship game. So we begin the 10th end. Luke Coley here, Richard Harding, 6-5 as we play in the 10th end. The gold medal game and a huge miscue by Tom Brewster. I think he maybe got a little bit wide on his last rock and hit rolled out, only gets 1. And now they'll need to steal 1 to tie. Not the one that would have won it, and they need this one as a long guard.
Come on, Greg. Go, Greg. Go. Give it to the middle. Sorry, guys. First thing I was concerned with was
Come. This steals down, so that's fine. Yeah, I need to steal some point, so.
We need to steal at some point.
That was the case, and a good point. Just trying to get in their skipper's head and say, you know what? We're going to have to steal. It's the same scenario. The steal only ties the game.
Well, it's not the same scenario. You've got to steal twice now, of course, instead of just once. So it's twice as tough.
Well, the Tickmaster makes his first, and he was hoping he'd have this opportunity to play those in the 10th because it means they're in a good position to try and win this game. Would be Steve Gould's second World Championship. Steve and Jeff, the only former World Champions in the field this week.
2, 3. 3.
So, replacement of the centre guard by Michael Goodfellow, this time a little bit further up. It must not be in the house, whatever else happens here. It's a very, very fast line, but it has to stop.
Good, Mikey.
It's fine.
We'll see the same thing here for Steve Gould in this 10th end. Steve at 85% on the day.
No. This one has to curve.
Whoa. Close. Whoa! Yep. Pretty hard. Pretty hard. Hard, guys. Gotta go. Get over there. Great shot. Keep going.
Well, another check. This one will push it in underneath that corner guard. They do have one buried. That's one benefit for Scotland.
I don't think it's in. Great shot.
Saw 2 ticks earlier today by Victor Shaw that helped Nicholas Adine have an open draw to the forefoot to score a single point for the bronze medal.
That's all. Room.
Greg.
Waist
That
nice.
was more than 2.
Off. That's a big 2.
Yeah, but tight.
Oh, boys.
Right off.
The ice very, very fast, as you can see.
Nope.
Must not go in the house.
Good, Scott.
Just stop.
Good, Scott.
Just stopped in time for the Scottish team.
And they're looking at the angles of where they need to hit it, how they avoid catching anything and rolling something to the center. That's the thing they have to deal with those other rocks in play. At this point, Tom Brewster would love to try and force Jeff to throw against 2 with his final stone, which would be potential winning points. Reid Carruthers, 86%.
Going for the raise onto the other Scottish stone. He makes it perfectly. Removes 3 counters with that hit.
And that's a big one because that will take away any chance of Scotland to lie 2.
He hits both the Scottish stones, takes the other Canadian one out of play, and the only stones left are the 2 guards out on the side of the sheet.
Room. Greg.
Yep. Get inside the other one.
Center, boys. Heads up.
Hard. Come on, Mike. Hard. Good.
Fuck, that was a fun battle.
I know.
So the straightforward peel this time from Reid Carruthers.
Clean. Good, Reid.
So just a single peel here for Reid Carruthers. The crowd is starting to sense it as Canada continues to remove Scotland stones. With each rock getting one step closer to a world championship.
32.
Two. Yeah, that's good. Make sure it's by that one, that's all. Whoa.
Oh, it's there.
Yep.
Well, if Stoughton can hold on to a victory in this one, that would give him a 12-1 record. That would also time for most wins and a top record, along with Glenn Howard, who went 12-1 en route to a world championship in 2007.
Clean. Yep.
Clean it.
You're good.
Yep.
You're good. You're good.
Yep.
Oh, John Meade clearing out the guard once more.
The family members of the Canadian side cheering on, and as they were earlier this year, to cheer on this Stoughton team to a Canadian championship. They tried to make it a world championship. And Jeff and Steve Gould's second world championship.
Yep. Get her by that one hard.
Fight.
Hard.
Whoop. Fight.
Whoa. Whoa.
Swing, Greg.
Good, Greg. Go round. Go round, do the first line.
Well, already the discussion of what they're going to play. John Meade will peel away that center line guard. John Meade, 90%.
So, down to the skip stones here in end number 10. Canada are 6-5 ahead. And of course they have the crucial last stone here. And there are no centre guards to cause them any great trouble. Jeff Stoughton has the draw shot to the button in his pocket if he needs it.
Well, Jeff's mom and dad here to watch. Look as Jeff tries to win his second world title back in '96. Able to win was Steve Gould at lead, Gary Vandenberg at second, and Ken Tresser has his third.
Okay.
Top 12.
Line's good.
This nice. Stop it.
Mikes. Yep.
So the draw
Room.
round the corner guard attempted here.
Hard. Need to go. Hard. Go, Mike. Hard. Every inch. Hard. Every inch. Go. Hard. Hard. Go, Mike.
We'll want to get it buried because they'd love to force Stoughton to throw against two.
Never stop. Never stop.
And that one coming down. We'll see if Jeff can go down and peel it.
Will be at least partially visible to Stoughton. Perhaps half of the stone will be visible for him to hit.
These two nations, the top two medal winners at the Men's World Championship. Both will add another medal.
So 3 stones to go here. 2 for Jeff Stoughton and 1 for Brewster.
Whoa!
93% for Jeff Stoughton, and it's something he does. He just gets up, plays mid-90s. At key times of key games, he peels that one out, and at worst, he'll be facing the tying point with his final stone. Tom Brewster has put up a valiant fight, but that miss in 9, and now not a strong looking possibility of a steal in this one. Tom's birthday today, but might not be a happy birthday present at the moment.
T-line.
The same weight.
Yep. Hard. Really hard.
Well, this needs swept all the way, I think.
Hard. Gotta go. Come on. Hard. Come on.
Well, they got to get it around. They trying to force Jeff to throw his last. Got to keep this one going, the front end on it as they continue to go. And Stoughton will not have to throw his last as he will pick up the 6-5 victory over Scotland, as it will be a silver lining to Tom Brewster's birthday, but a golden day for John Meade. He celebrates his birthday with a 6-5 victory. Canada are your 2011 world champions.
Hey guys. All right, good job.
As Jeff Stoughton and family celebrate his second world title.
All right. All right, you guys.
Yeah! Give me 5, baby.
Tom, a gallant effort by your team, but the silver medal, how do you feel?
Yeah, it's great to get silver, but I'm a wee bit disappointed. I think we had a good chance here today and just didn't pull it off. So fair play to them, they played great.
You kept it tight though for most of the game, didn't you?
Yeah, and we gave up a bad 3. We just didn't play a great end that end, and we should have made 2 and 9. It just ran real straight on me. So.
But on reflection, what a week you've had! What a fantastic week!
Fantastic. In 2 weeks' time, we'll look back and think, brilliant. You know, right now I'm gutted, but that's the way it goes.
Good final, well done.
Thank you.
Jeff, congratulations, your second world title. How did it feel?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's not going to sink in for a couple of weeks, I think, but guys played wonderfully well all week. We had a little struggle this first 5 ends here, but we pulled it out in 5, and unbelievable, fantastic feeling. It's wonderful.
Scotland kept it tight all the way, though. They were always there.
Yeah, they had control early, and like I said, the 5th end was a turning point. We got the control back, and then after that, the guys played wonderfully well, so awesome.
How does this compare with the first?
I have no idea, I don't remember. It's just an unbelievable feeling, so it's fantastic.
Well played, well done, congratulations.
Thank you very much, thank you.
Well, the 2011 world champion skip Jeff Stoughton will soon make his walk down the sheet he just beat Scotland on in a 6-5 victory, as it was that 5th end that was the turning point that pushed them to the limit and on to a victory in this one, as it will conclude the World Championship for the year 2011, and the teams making their way down. The crowd will take you home as they get to serenade the world champion and the silver medalist, Team Scotland.
welcome the 2011 Ford World Men's Champions, Team Canada! Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kate Caithness, the President of the World Curling Federation, who will bring greetings and congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, Kate Caithness.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a great week of curling we have enjoyed here at the Brandt Centre. Regina has been the host for 2 previous World Men's Championships in 1973 and 1983, and these were a huge success. And so we were expecting great things, and I can honestly say you have lived up to our expectations. This year's Ford World Men's Curling Championship has been exceptional. The local organising committee, along with the Canadian Curling Association, have worked tirelessly to ensure the success of this championship. And together with the umpiring officials, ice technicians, statisticians, timers, media, TV crew, and of course the 510 wonderful volunteers. Thank you. The sponsors, Ford of Canada, once more can we thank you for your excellent sponsorship over the past 17 years. And also to all the other sponsors of this event, thank you for your support. But finally, to you, our athletes, you have certainly showcased our sport this week, not only with your undoubted skills, but also for your first-class sportsmanship, so thank you. But it now only leaves me to congratulate the 2011 Ford World Men's Curling Champions, Team Canada.
Now I'd like to call upon Kate Caithness to present medals to the bronze medalists from Team Sweden. To their coach, Payal Lindholm. To their alternates, Oscar Eriksson. To their lead, Victor Schell. Their second, Frederick Lindberg. Their third, Sebastian Kropp. And to their skip, Nicholas Edin. like to call upon Robbie Scott to please come forward and present medals to the silver medalists from Team Scotland. To their coach, Ronald Brewster. Their alternate, Duncan Fernie. Their lead, Michael Goodfellow. To their second, Scott Andrews. To their third, Greg Drummond. And to their skip, Tom Brewster. Now I'd like to call upon Jack Bowman to present the medals to the gold medalists from Team Canada. To their coach, Norm Gould. Their alternate, Garth Smith. To their lead, Steve Gould. To their second, Reed Crothers. To their third, Jonathan Mead. And to their skip, Jeff Stoughton. KK This, President of the World Curling Federation, and Gerald Wood, General Manager, Western Region, Fort of Canada, will now present the World Championship Trophy to Team Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise, remain standing, and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem of Canada.
What an important shot here in this game was in the fifth end, and Jeff Stoughton needed to come up with a key one. Was sort of falling back, and Scotland didn't play the best end. Now a chance for them to cap it off and take the lead into the fifth end break. and a big turning point with that one by Stoughton to stick for 3, and a lead into the break 4-3. Sixth end, trying to tie things up. It's an important one for Tom Brewster as the in-turn trying to get down, just sneak by the guard, play the little tap, try and push it back and get his single point. Able to do just that, get his single, all square, 4-4. Jump ahead to the 8th end, and a crucial one after Brewster couldn't make the hit and roll in. Left the open draw for Stoughton to play this hit, or pardon me, the draw. Just needs to get to the 8-foot. And Jeff will do just that. So that gave Canada a 6-4 lead after 8, heading to the 9th. And a chance here for Tom Brewster to tie things up. Heading to the 10th, needs the out-turn hit. And Tom will need this one to stay on center line side, but it stays too much. Runs straight, able to get his 1, but unable to do just that. And Tom visibly frustrated with himself in the spot as that does it. They didn't need to throw their last in the 10th end as Brewster couldn't get around. Canada wins the world title 6-5 here in Regina as the victory for the Canadian side. They celebrated. For myself, Luke Coley, Richard Harding, Allison Walker, Kevin Mandrick, the entire crew, thanks for joining us in Regina in the Ford World Men's Curling Championship.